Hello. It's Annabelle. I'm back. It's been way too long. I have been out here living life on planet Earth. I have 2 episodes I recorded over 6 months ago, and I just never posted them. Life just really swept me away. It's been a beautiful year. It's been a tough year. It's been an incredible year. And I'm really just reveling over how much time has passed. But I love this podcast and I love making this podcast, and I really want to shout out to one listener that sent me an email, and they didn't give me clearance to share their name, but one person sent me an email and it was very heartfelt and very kind, and I'm doing this for you, dude. You know who you are, and your email was beautiful. So without further ado, welcome back to the world of esoterica and nonsense. Salutations! Welcome to Esoterica and Nonsense, a podcast where we discuss myths, legends, folktales, fairy tales, supernatural phenomenon, and religions from around the world. I am your host, Banana Hell. I am patron of pepperoncinis, proponent of love. It is Valentine's Day today as I record this episode. I'm joined with Isis, the beautiful blue pit, and she is licking her bits right now, which is very appropriate because it's Valentine's Day, it's Vagina Day, and this is a day of love. I have been gone for, it feels like a lifetime. So much has happened in the life of me, but I'm so excited to be back. I'm so ready because this is the long-awaited Introduction to Aliens Part 2. So I took some time to think about it. I took a lot of time. Isis. Hey, there you go. Stop licking vagina, please. Stop licking vagina. Okay, I had to ask Isis to stop licking because it was getting a little bit loud and it was a lot. But this book, which is the Introduction to Aliens, is quite long. Longer than I realized. So I decided to skip forwards for part 2 and talk about the Council of Five. The Council of Five is what I like to call the UN of the universe. They claim to have good intentions and intentions for health and safety of living beings. Before I dive in, there's one honorable mention, and the reason why I'm mentioning it is actually the last alien race listed in the book, as far as like just the straight list. And this alien race is known as the Elena, or also known as elves. Supposedly, this is the race that started the myth of elves. They are sighted often in Germanic countries deep in the forests. They are not known to be lethal to humans. However, they are known as being pranksters. It seems that they enjoy scaring humans when they get too close. It has been reported that they have lured humans away from their cars in order to steal their possessions. Once the humans are far away from their vehicles and they have already stolen what they've wanted, they frighten them, which makes the humans leave the location. Last sighting near Munich, Germany in December 2004. Wow. I just wanted to throw that in because maybe all these fairy tales that we have are just aliens, you guys. Okay, so now we are going to talk of the Council of Five. In this book, underneath, there is a logo of a triangle pointed upwards, like a delta triangle. And in front of the delta triangle is a uterus-like shape. It has this like swooping wing, almost kind of like a bird, and like a tiny point on top, and then a long pointy bit on the bottom, creating a uterus-like logo that I'm loving. And so I have read through this part of the book, and in my opinion, I think that the pages are scrambled up. But I'm just going to read the book as is, so just be ready for the order of information to be slightly confusing, and I apologize for that, but chaos is what I bring. Okay, so here we are. The first thing that they say in this portion of the book is the mater. This is that one alien race I mentioned in part 1. If you have not listened to part 1, stop what you're doing and start part 1. This is going to be so confusing for you, and I promise you it's all going to work out for the best to do part 1 first, okay? But just as a reminder, the Matra are the alien race that are known to be pretty scary and colonizers throughout our universe. Okay, here we go. The Matra have been involved in several tragedies throughout human history. Yeah, Isis. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the worst plagues were inflicted by them with the knowledge and agreement of the reptilians, who want the human population to never go over 8 billion. The reptilians have abducted female humans for thousands of years. Most of their hybrid offspring are sent away to other planets that they have colonized. Some stay on Earth, where they become powerful members infiltrated in society. Mars and the Moon have been overmined and explored for the past 33,000 years. The races that do it are going deeper and deeper inside the planet to reach the raw materials they want. Abandoned surface structures can be seen everywhere. All human religions have been created by alien races that want to keep humans divided and the truth about creation in secret. They roam in corridors of religious power as members of pseudo-religious spiritual human organizations, such as the Masons. Most members of the Masons are clueless about the true intentions of a few. Car alarm, party. Since the formation of the USSR, its leaders were extremely interested about all the information that they could get on aliens. They knew of their existence and visits and wanted to gain their knowledge, little knowing that the death of Russia's Tsar, Nicholas II, had been planned by aliens and that their own circles of power had already been infiltrated. Oh my gosh. That's juicy. Several secret missions were deployed by Stalin to South and Central America after 2 generals found a book that belonged to Tsar Nicholas II's wife, Tsarina Alexandra, and Grigory Rasputin, that had a map showing the location of alien bases. Stop. That map was later used in the school system minus the base's location. What? Wow. I mean, honestly though, am I surprised that Rasputin was drawing maps with secret alien bases? I'm not surprised one bit. Rasputin is one of a kind, and I feel that we don't really know what that cabron was up to. What the fuck was he getting into, dude? He was a... wow. I want to watch that movie. Next, it says, very little is known about the 5 alien races that are part of the, quote, Council of 5. The races that are a part of this council, previously known as the Council of 9, have been protecting Earth and the humans for as long as there are alien records of it. Some say that they have been protecting the planet even before humans existed, for millions of years. An alien race reported that the Council of 5 last met on Earth in 1944. Note of Petro and myself. Okay, so these are the translators of the book inserting their own note, Petro and myself. I don't know the man's name who's referring to himself as that, but let's call him John. Okay, they say, we found a handwritten note on the ARB, Alien Race book, got it. So on one of the copies of this book that they translated, they found a handwritten note dated July 2005 stating that the Council of Five is going to meet on Earth during the last 10 days of August of 2013. The same note also mentioned the fact that the presence and arrival of those 5 races could cause cosmic events that can affect Earth's atmosphere. And it also said that humans would be seeing an increase of alien ships' activity during that period. The note also states that the meeting of the council is to discuss possible threats to Earth and humans, as well as the fact that so many, quote, new alien races have been visiting Earth lately. By lately, these notes states that means from the past 5 to 500 years. Got it. That's fascinating. According to several alien races, the Council of Five, which at one point again was at that time was the Council of Nine, has monitored human evolution since primordial times. Since humans were only a one-cell marine organism, and throughout all natural evolution, when humans became primate-like creatures and beyond, after the Anunnaki interference. Wow. According to those same alien races, all evolutionary sequences in all planets have a beginning and an end, with the exception of minor details due mostly to radical weather changes. After the Anunnaki tampered with the DNA of primates and created humans, the Council of Five decided not only to monitor, but also protect us, as they realized that one day humans would be able to join other alien races in development and enlightenment. The Philadelphia experiment. Okay, so this is just hopping all around. The Philadelphia experiment of 1943 did happen and was successful after the 3rd attempt. Further attempts failed. Oh, what was the Philadelphia experiment? Let's look that up. Okay, the Philadelphia experiment was an alleged event claimed to have been witnessed by an ex-merchant mariner named Carl M. Allen at the United States Navy's Philadelphia Navy Shipyard sometime around October 28th, 1943. Allen described an experiment where the U.S. Navy attempted to render invisible the destroyer escort USS Eldridge and the bizarre results that followed. Wow, the story first surfaced in late 1955 when Allen sent a book full of handwritten annotations referring to the experiment to a U.S. Navy research organization, and a little later a series of letters making further claims to a UFO book writer. Allen's account of the event is widely understood to be a hoax. Several different and sometimes contradictory versions of the alleged experiment have circulated over the years in paranormal literature and popular films. The U.S. Navy maintains that no such experiment was ever conducted, and the details of the story contradict well-established facts about the USS Eldridge, and the physics the experiment is claimed to be based on is non-existent. Ooh. So according to this book, the Philadelphia experiment of 43 did happen and was successful after the 3rd attempt. Further attempts failed. Oh shit. That was 1943. Contrary to belief, the experiment resulted from Albert Einstein's discovery of a manuscript along with one metallic object found in a cave system and brought to Spain by Columbus on his last voyage. What? The manuscript found by Columbus contained extremely technologically advanced schematic drawings and information, and it was used to develop the unified field theory by Einstein, where he described mathematically and physically the interrelated nature of forces that comprise electromagnetic radiation and gravity. Einstein had illuminated connections. Oh my God, what? So this is, okay, so I'm going to have to do this first. Okay, so next it says, the Council of Five is composed of the following races. the Orella, the Egarot, the Ginvo, the Redan, and the Emerther. This is how I know it's scrambled. There's no page numbers on these. I'm reading it in order, but they just kind of keep hopping around, but just bear with me, okay? In 1933, near Vergiate, Italy, an alien ship belonging to the race Calenia crashed, killing all its occupants. Inside, many ancient Italian artifacts were found, and alien ones. Benito Mussolini created a secret group to look at that incident and any other future ones related to alien races. That group still exists, and it's called the GIO-1, G-I-O-1. All the artifacts found on the wreck were put in a museum and passed as if found at an archaeological excavation. In 1950, another ship crashed at the same location. During the early 1950s, USA President D. Eisenhower and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill met several times to discuss the best ways to keep the alien presence on Earth away from the general public and from prying eyes. Together, they created a top-secret task force called SILK. Shut the fuck up. Let me lick you up and down. Oh my god. I love. This task force was so secretive that its leader was an Air Force general from English descent that belonged to the military of Uruguay. Okay. Side by side with this general worked 2 USA and 2 English Secret Service agents. They were not allowed to write anything they investigated. All events and investigative progress were only reported face to face to both Churchill and or Eisenhower. Whoa. Next it says from 700 AD to the 19th century AD, over 50 battles between alien races were fought on Earth's skies and witnessed by thousands of people. Many artists painted and carved these events, but Catholic Church searched, found, and destroyed most of them. In the 20th century, only less than 10 are available. And then here we have a quote apparently from the alien race of the Matra, and they say, as long as there are stars, there will be war. That's dark. Here there's like medieval, they have pictures in the book of medieval drawings of these like alien battles in the sky. They have like the classic sun with the face on it, but there's like weird shooting things in the sky and shapes, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty trippy. Next, the book says that in August 1608, from Marseille and Nice in France all the way to Genoa in Italy, alien ships stopped by the seashore, and crew members were working on the vehicles openly for everyone to see. And here they have this like grainy painting that shows 3 alien ships in Nice. It says, note, there is the original illustration, and in the 1970s, a magazine purposely improved its quality in order to make it look contemporary and be able to debunk the event. Real witness of the event wrote that day, the inhabitants saw 3 strange luminous vessels which evolved at high speed above the city. The 3 machines stopped near the fortress and went down above the waters, where they caused the water to boil and emit a red-orange vapor. To the great stupor of the numerous witnesses, 2 humanoid beings with large heads and large luminous eyes, dressed in a red suit with silver scales, connected to the flying machine by tubes, engaged themselves in several hours of strange work. This is the original report from the alien event of August 1608 in Marseille, Nice, and Genoa. During your investigations in our territories or abroad, you will often find misleading and or falsified information concerning sightings and or alien contact. This misleading and or falsified information will concern mainly dates, places, witnesses, time, and weather conditions at the time of the event. This pattern of deception is common and has been practiced for centuries either by religious organizations, secret sects, privately owned media, and infiltrated human governments. Fuck. Okay, and so here we are talking about the 5 races of the Council of 5. So we have the Emerther. It is generally agreed that the Emether, Emether, is the most important race not only of the Council but also amongst all known races. They are related to the Solipsi Ray, but much older and advanced in all levels. They were one of the founder races of the Council. They met with the USA President D. Eisenhower in 3 different occasions. They also met with 2 high-ranking USSR leaders in 3 different occasions. And they do not force anything upon humans, to meet with USA President Richard Nixon, but he refused, claiming that it would be too dangerous, as they could maybe read his mind and find out about delicate national security secrets concerning the relations with the USSR. Wow. Okay. Next up, it says Alien Files. In 2003, the China National Space Administration received the reply from the Pioneer plaques sent in 1972 and 1973 aboard the Pioneer 10 and 11. Despite many requests and offers from the USA and the EU, Australia, and Russia for China to share the information on the reply, the Chinese have not done that yet. In 1985, 3 alien races delivered documents and video to the UN Secretary General Javier Pérez de Cuellar, showing evidence of several planets within Earth's solar system that had daily average temperature of 32 degrees Celsius, which is 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and oceans. That was a very confusing page. The next page says Case 737, Lafia, Nigeria. In August 21st, 1957, a Caucasoid woman was found near Lafia. I think they mean to say Caucasian, but it says Caucasoid. Oh my god. I feel like that sounds like a really bad word. Caucasoid. Okay. Yeah, a Caucasian person. Okay. Okay. Well, in 1957, a white woman was found near Lafia, and she was not dressed matching the area or time period. She was taken to a local Dutch landowner, and was, quote, interrogated. Reports say that she claimed to be Captain Benjamin Briggs' wife, Sarah. Captain Benjamin Briggs was the captain of the Mary Celeste, a British-American merchant ship that was discovered on December 4th, 1872 in the Atlantic Ocean, unmanned and apparently abandoned. She committed suicide that same night. What? Wait, that's a fucking crazy-ass story. The boat was found unmanned and abandoned, and she showed up in the future? That's fucking crazy. 80 years in the future? Did they all time travel? Fuck, that's crazy. That's a crazy story. Next, we have a page that has a bunch of diagrams. It looks like of ships. And it says, the following are prints that were stolen in Sweden from the Alien Presence Intelligence Service. What is that noise? The Alien Presence Intelligence Services, in conjunction with another foreign, quote, special service. Since 6 months later, these prints were, for an unknown reason, attributed to an American civilian as an invention and later as a, quote, fake. These prints were, a year later, copyrighted by an unknown person. All the most technologically important prints were never found nor released. The scientific data on these prints was changed. Also, many faked illustrations were added to the original documents. The original was stolen and only had 3 pages, and the faked, copyrighted one had over 20 pages. These are the original prints. I don't even know what we're looking at. I guess it looks like the blueprint for a flying saucer, but Yeah. So it looks like these diagrams are like how to build a flying saucer. There's like a lot of diagrams, and it looks like they employ some kind of like turbine-like spiral engine. Pretty interesting. Okay, the next page says, we know that there are at least 2,500 alien races. That number is likely to be much higher, I'm sure. One race, a crew member of the Mazarek ship that crashed near Yekaterinburg, which is now Sverdlovsky, said that there are a few races that do not come to Earth because they know that the reptilians and the Matra are here. Some of those races that avoid Earth are as violent, if not more, as the Matra. Others are peaceful. So having the reptilians and the Matra on Earth is not always a bad thing. It keeps even the worst races away. The balance is found by having the Council of Five protecting us. The Mazarek crew member said the following: there are many races that would like to protect humans, but they are not willing to start a war against the reptilians or Matra over you. In the area known as the Bermuda Triangle, there have been 2 permanent underwater bases for thousands of years. The first one was established by the Matraks around 3,000 years ago, while the second one has been there for over 6,000 years, race unknown. Several other races have had bases there or near, but have abandoned them. This photo shows the ruins of an abandoned base. The alien space program used this influence in the media to propagate the rumor that it was a sank submarine. Later, the alien space program created a CGI video about it. Remember, we cooperate with the other alien space programs, but we do not trust them or share information that is deemed confidential or top secret. We still have a very limited knowledge of the activities occurring in the Bermuda Triangle. From alien reports, we do know this. 1. Abductions do occur in the area. 2. Experimentations with humans do occur in those bases. 3. It is a multidimensional space portal that goes to and from the triangle, not exactly inside the area known as the triangle. There is a race that is planning on building/creating a new base in the triangle in the year 2001. Rumors say it's the Gigantic. And lastly, it is not the most important underwater region on Earth to those alien races. There are some of the ships that were taken with the sole purpose, confirmed by a third-party alien race, of abducting humans. The ships, the Pickering in 1800 was abducted. 90 people were taken in that. The Wasp of 1814, 140 people were abducted. Grampus in 1843, 48 people were abducted. Atlanta, 1880, 290 were abducted. The Raifuku Maru in 1924, they're not sure how many people were abducted. And the Stavanger in 1931 had 43 people abducted. Apparently, the crash of a Solipsi Ray ship in Roswell in July 7th, 1947, has been one of the most secretive alien space program cases. The APIS USA case. That's the what's it called? Moniker. Despite our best efforts, we were never able to recover any evidence except for top secret photos on Annex 3352B. Our agents estimate that near 65% of all aliens and UFO related websites on the internet worldwide are government or government linked, owned, and ran. In the case of the USA, websites that number jumps to 83, and in Europe 70%. In the USA, 35% of those websites are run by the NSA, 30% by the CIA, and 15% by the military, 10% by the APIS USA, and 5% by the FBI, and the rest by unknown government agencies. In Russia, that number is around 33. In China, that number is around 95. In Japan, that number is around 70. In Australia, that number is around 25. In India, that number is around 55. In Brazil, the number is around 80. Note for myself and Petro. The information above was added handwritten to the book in 2007. In the so-called Area 51, there are members, number unknown, of 4 different races forcibly cooperating with humans and reptilians. As far as we know, none of those members are either high-ranking or have significant importance in their fields of expertise. The Mitra and humans conduct security services and support to base 24/7. There's more than one race conducting operations on the moon. The main race on the moon are the Induktuk, or the tall white. The Mythalae also have at least one base or surface on what we call the dark side of Earth's satellite. Many of the Induktuk human abductees are there. They end up either as slaves for mining underground or as what they call Johns and Marys, but their official name is Students M. The Students M are abductees that reveal a higher level of intelligence and are willing participants, or become that, in their agenda and plans. It is estimated that 4 in each 10 abductees become Student M's. The rest, which is about 60%, become slaves. Some of those slaves go on to work on other planets. The Students M, after, quote, training and whatever else, return to Earth to assume leadership roles in human society. Oh my god. That's fucking intense as fuck. That's hella scary. Okay, so the next page says, the day humans killed reptilians. In 1856 BC, in the region of now Udmurtia, Russia, there was a confrontation between humans and reptilians. Reports state that a colony of reptilians were building an underground base in the area. The humans that lived in the area wrote, "Thunder by day, lightning at night. The earth shakes like in the days of old again. The snakes are everywhere, flying low and causing all creatures to die. The fish are gone and the rivers dry. We must fight or we will die." A member of the Tengri, when asked by a human leader in the 20th century if we humans would ever have a fighting chance at defeating the reptilians, and they replied, "Your ancestors from ancient Slavai, using not much more than stones and sticks, defeated them once already. Since then you have learned much and done much, but you have lost your courage." The Tengri did say that there's a rumor that the humans did not act alone against the reptilians, that they had an alien race helping them behind the curtains. However, they also said that in the moment of battle, supposedly, there were only humans fighting and not aliens. Either way, it shows that humans can do and that nothing is lost. For posterity, those humans made these works of art, a reminder of a great day in their culture. One thing, though, the story goes that 200 years later, that culture simply vanished. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Okay, so here the next page says, the day of shame, the Tunguska explosion. The Tunguska incident was a powerful explosion that occurred in a desolate area near the Tunguska River in Russia on June 30th, 1908. It is commonly believed to have been caused by the explosion of a large meteoroid on Earth's atmosphere from 5 to 10 kilometers, or 3 to 6 miles high. The blast flattened an estimated 60 million trees, over 2,150 square kilometers. But the Tunguska explosion did not have a cosmic birth and death. Here's a version of the events that led to the explosion, as told by a member of the Tengri. For 5 days and 4 nights near what you call Tunguska, the Mitra had been fighting the Dorsey. Other races were starting to choose sides and were going to get involved. Even the Council of Five was worried with the escalation and seriousness of the event. On the day of that great explosion, an El Manuk ship came to Earth in order to try ending the conflict. The El Manuk are respected wherever that we may go. They are wise and impartial. With them came a Pleiadian ship, one of their biggest. The Mitra were warned by the reptilians of the coming presence of the El Manuk and the Pleiadians. Earlier that day, the Mitra had just shot down the last of the Dorsey ships. When the Pleiadians entered Earth's atmosphere, they were attacked by 3 Mitra ships and destroyed. One El Manuk ship was destroyed in space that day, and that is what happened in Tunguska. Fuck. Also, according to the Tengri, the Pleiadian ship that was destroyed that day near Tunguska was not supposed to come to Earth that day. They were going to a different destination, carrying the things they do, their holy rocks and their materials. The El Manuk asked them to help them in solving the conflict, and they paid the price with ending of this life of theirs. In 2003, crystals with strange symbols, inscriptions, and holes were found in the Tunguska region. Further lab analysis showed that their composition is made of certain earth minerals as well as some elements that are not found on Earth. Note of myself and Petro. In late 2008, the crystals were presented to the media by Russian scientists. After much discussion about the origin of the crystals, the matter lost interest and is supposed that the crystals now rest in a private collection. Shit. Okay, the next page, they're just going in. The Chulke, as aliens call them, are not an alien race as commonly accepted for many years by different alien space programs. Aliens do not know how they evolved or where they came from. The only things we know about them are that they exist in all continents. They live underground and are mostly nocturnal. They have a structured society, leaders and social classes, and they have a cultural identity, and supposedly they can live up to 250 years. None were ever captured alive, and so they have these like tiny skeletons. It looks like its head is the size of a matchbox, and their heads almost look like helmet shapes, and here they have like little skeletons. It's like a doll almost. Okay, the next page says Case 348NB, Ilychivsk, Odessa, Ukraine. In October 2nd, 1947, a confirmed Matra landing happened. 2 days later, 12 sailors on a fishing boat disappeared. In 1982, one of the missing sailors, a Mr. Criollo, Mr. Curlio, okay, in 1947, only 16 years old, showed up in Mardu, Estonia. What? He reported that he had been in the moon. He died in 1983 from a self-inflicted wound. On his chest, he carved with a knife the following: SS Warata. They are still waiting. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Okay, the next page says Case 5569 IOP, Oregon. HMS Sickle was a submarine of the Royal Navy. In June 12th of 1944, it went missing while on patrol in northern Aegean. One member of the crew was found in 1971 near Bend, Oregon. What? In 1984, he became an advisor to the USA President Ronald Reagan, and he was often seen in the company of Minnesota Governor Harold Stassen. As far as we have been informed, he is still alive. What the fuck? Okay, it says list of American politicians with connections to the reptilians, confirmed. It says former U.S. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, former Vice President Dick Cheney, former President George H.W. Bush, former President George W. Bush, former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, former President Bill Clinton. Fuck. Wow, that's a lot to process. That is a lot to process. Am I surprised? Not really. I've heard a lot of rumors throughout my life through different people and different sources, and I don't know. I think a lot about human nature, and I think if a lot of people were possibly abducted and given opportunities of power in exchange for them exploiting life on Earth, I think many people would do that. I wouldn't, because I love this planet and I don't want to enforce control on any other living being. I mean, I think that is the only sin there is to try to control other living things. But I wouldn't be surprised if there had been politicians that had made deals with entities of any kind that exploited other living things. I mean, I think we're seeing that on a daily basis. Well, lastly, I'm going to read some of the last pages of the book. This is titled Alien Dixit, and basically, like, these are some messages that they have recorded from different alien races. So here we go. The following are quotes, personal messages, face-to-face, and or transmissions from several alien races, obtained voluntarily and or under custody and distress. Great! They were obtained by several different alien presence intelligence services from around the world, but mainly from the USSR, Russia, USA, China, and Japan. These statements do not express the opinion of all alien races on any of the mentioned issues. In fact, they differ substantially on some issues, especially when dealing with the future of the human race. So here's my favorite quote. 5 universes, 2,500 species, 1 race. That is beautiful. The violence and hatred that humans have inside themselves, when compared to the violence and hatred that the race Matra has inside themselves, is like comparing a flower to a volcano. Oh shit. In 2017, you will see the beginning. In 2022, you will see the beginning of the end, unless you all change. The next line just says, Illuminati pestis. What does that mean? Illuminati pestis. I don't know what that means. Someone find out what that means. We have given you so much and you have given yourselves so little. These statements are hurting. Space and time are nothing. We are nothing. She is everything. She is everything. I fucking love that. There are 834 known species at the same level that you humans were 3,000 years ago, and they are not very far away from you. We have shown you to some of them, like what we have shown some of the others to you. Now and then they are afraid of you, of what you may become. The signs are all around you, and above you, and inside of you, in the fields, in the sky, and in the stars, and in the eyes of your children and your old ones. Of all species we have found in 3 universes, you are the one with the most suicidal thoughts. Oh, that's so sad. Your planet only has less than 1% of what many races that visit you want or need, but your planet is in the right place to all of them. The importance that 1,000 races give to you is the same that you give to 1 grain of sand in the desert. Your planet just happens to be in the right place, sometimes the wrong place. You humans have been misled and grew up too fast. Just like you learn to love a stranger after you meet him, some of us have learned to love you. We will always protect you until the day you say no more. We cannot protect you every day. There are 5 known universes in 5 different dimensions to protect. Your world is full of lines. Follow them. The Council of 5 will become the Council of None, and then your planet will face the Council of Death. Fuck. No other race ridicules other races and each other like yours do. Soon, 1 year will feel like 1 million to you. And in Greece you will find yours and your past. What? We, the Matra, will be the new she. Fuck. She is obviously God, you guys. You believe in many things that you do not see, except for the only thing you do see but should believe in, and that has always been all around you. You just choose to forget it. There is much worse than the raced Mitra. We know it, we have seen them, and we have seen what they have done, and they know about you humans. There are so many of ours in you. There are many of us that you adore in places that you adore, and in places that you hate. We could stop your sun from rising tomorrow. 500 years and you are still lying to each other. Soon this dream of yours will end. You have lost 1,000 years in the past 50 years. If you go to Mars, Mars will come to you. That is what they do. Your children that now live inside the moon do not miss you anymore. Thousands of your children go missing every year, never to be found again, and yet you still expect your television to save them when inside of you, you already know the answer. Fuck. Reptilians and Matra killed him with your help. Innocent secret sex and malevolent secret sex, and you adore them both. She is not inside of you anymore. We have died for you, and still you fear us. Why threaten us if we came to you offering you long life? You kill each other every day in the name of saving each other, and you have been doing that since before we talked to you. The Anunnaki created you once. They will not create you again. We will destroy you and the Anunnaki, and the time is near. 8 years in one day. 8 years in one day. What the fuck? Almost all races went to war, but not with themselves. That's fucking deep. Your modern gods are confused. Your ancient gods are forgotten. Look at the stars and you will see us every day looking at you. If you look too far, you will see something you did not want to. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we are going to read about she. Ever since humans and aliens started cohabitating Earth, the main question humans wanted answered was, who created the universe and all of us? That question has been answered the exact way by all the alien races that have spoken about it. The answer to that question has been sent several times by 2 different races to all human religion leaders throughout the centuries. The answer to that question has been sent several times by 2 different races to some human political leaders throughout the centuries. As far as we know, the last of those leaders to get the message was a USA President JFK in October 3rd, 1963. The message was sent by the 2 races, the Ramey and the Jefok. The message is both simple and complex, informative but raising questions of hope but also of warning. And this is the message. This is a message of disambiguation to all of you men of the humankind. This is a message of redirection to all of you men in the humankind. This is a message to enliven the minds of you men of the humankind. This is a message that has been delivered from race to race since the beginning. Just like it was delivered to us, it is now passed to you. Where there were no men of the humankind, there were others of other kind. This is a message to you as well, women of the humankind. Only the first race has her purity. All the other races must live the grievous, patient, and laborious process of spiritual inner discovery and progression. our collective history and memory has suffered much in the past. It has been erased, manipulated, suffocated, shifted, and changed and molded according to the interests of a few. On your planet as well as on ours, and the ones of other kinds in the past, to the leaders of kingdoms and countries and regions, look at your religious leaders. To the religious leaders, look at yourselves and the ones like you, leaders of other religions all over the planet. Why do you wear your long robes and skirts and all manners of symbols that you do not understand? Why do you, religious leaders, men of the humankind, wear your long robes and skirts, not knowing why? Who, men of the humankind, are you trying to be? Who, men of the humankind, are you trying to represent? You, religious men of the humankind, and you, leaders of the kingdoms and countries and regions, men of the humankind, have slowed your spiritual progress in half because you have divided your kind in half. No men of the humankind should destroy what the women of the humankind have created. You have for so many of your years relegated the women of the humankind to the role of slaves. And before your kind, many other kinds have done that. And before your kind, men of the humankind, many other kinds we have warned. For you to achieve what is yours, for you, men and women of the humankind, to be closer to her, must first become one kind. Like many kinds before you, men and women of the humankind, you have a journey of restraint and constriction ahead of you, a journey of difficulty and resistance. But unlike many kinds before yours, you are on a path of spiritual self-destruction, never experienced or self-provoked by other kinds before. And yet, you are so young. The Anunnaki created you, but many kinds can destroy you. You have 2,000 more of your years to change. After that, men of humankind, it will be too late. Not too late for your survival, but too late for your salvation, your spiritual salvation. The Council of Five can only keep you safe from other kinds, not from yourself. And we know that you have been betrayed, misled, and mistreated. And we know that after thousands of your years, by means of infiltration, disguisement, and deceit, you, men of the human race, have been fooled to believe the unacceptable by races that do not wish you well. But before you, many other kinds have suffered the same, and they too overcame what seemed impossible to overcome. Your strength is inside you and all around you, even now. Your strength is in her, and she is in you, men and women of the humankind, even now. And the answer is in the place that you, humankind, call Greece. And the answer is she, Artemis, Diana. The answer have always been her. And the answer, men and women of the humankind, has been the same to all kinds, in all places. Some accept it, others don't, but the answer is only one, she. It has become this way from the beginning, and it will be this way, men and women of the humankind, until the end. It has been this way here and in all four universes and dimensions. She has many names and many faces, and lives in many places. She is the creator, not the destroyer. In your planet, she is called Diana, or goddess Diana. In our planets, she was called Alishi. She was also called on other planets Lexai, Lixai, Dixai, and Tixai. To you of the humankind, she will always be goddess Diana. Search for her, learn of and from her. She is the truth, the light, the beginning, and but for never the end, the creator and never the destroyer, the one all of us came from. And learn from your legendary Greek gods of old, as they all did exist, as you exist and we exist. We are one, and she is the one. She is the one that you, religious men of the humankind, lost in your robes and memory, want to be and try to replicate. Men of the humankind, learn from her, the creator. Wow. That makes me so happy. That is so beautiful. You know, a couple weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night, which is rare for me, and I had this thought, which was, God is a hot bitch. And quite honestly, that really resonated. I really have been thinking about that a lot. God is a hot bitch. And all creation comes out of a womb and is brought into existence through a portal. And I find that to be very profound, that as a human race, we have divided ourselves and separated ourselves, and in doing so are limiting our ability to synthesize with ourselves. And there's a lot for me to consider after reading all of this, which is, how scary is it that our biggest danger is us attacking ourselves? That is really deep and really resonated with me, because I find that to be so true. I really do find that in the modern world, I have met so many people, myself included, that are so hard on themselves and subsequently hard on the things around them, and it creates a very scary space to live in, a hard place to be. And so my heart just goes out to all living things. My heart really goes out to humans right now, because we have made our lives a lot harder than they need to be, and have been fighting ourselves and been at war with ourselves and others for so many years, and it's terribly painful and really hard to navigate. But I think forgiving ourselves, I think, is the first step. But that concludes episode 2, part 2, I should say, of Introduction to Aliens. I actually have some alien stories. Maybe if I get enough people to write in if they have seen any UFOs or had any alien encounters, I could maybe have an episode someday in the future where we talk about first-hand alien encounters. Please feel free to email me at esotericaandnonsense@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I feel so blessed to be alive on planet Earth. I'm so blessed that you listening are alive here on planet Earth. We are here only for a short time, so let's not take it too seriously and try our best to have fun. Happy Vagina Day. You are incredible. Love is free, and I love you. Bye.